Welcome to Law Ruler. We're glad you're here. In this tutorial, we'll help familiarize you with the power of the Law Ruler Time Entries feature. The Law Ruler Time Entries module is able to handle contingency billing for settlements based on attorney fee percentage, flat fee, hourly, mix of flat fee and hourly, and pro bono billing types. Law Ruler offers many types of billing, and we have centralized all billing types onto one screen. Before you begin, we recommend setting up a default billing type for each new case so it's automatically selected when you create a new case. The default billing type can be managed in the setup menu over here. The user will select billing settings and navigate down to the bottom of the screen, and they can select their default billing type from the list on the bottom. This is created for convenience. The bill can always be changed at the time of creation. Once you've configured your default billing type, you'll want to configure your different users with their hourly rate. To do that, we'll navigate back to the settings, and we'll go to manage our users, and we'll select one of these users from the list, and we'll select the edit option. Over here, you can select the different checkboxes, and we'll go ahead and first we'll enable this user to bill for their time. So we'll make sure that that's checked. And then we'll also select the hourly rate for this user. And once we've confirmed our hourly rate for the user and we've confirmed that this user can bill for their time, I'll go ahead and update that user. Remember that unless you have administrative access, you won't be able to access the user management section of the portal, so you'll have to ask your administrator to take care of this for you. Please note that this change will not affect any existing time entries. Moving forward, all of your new time entries will use the hourly rate that you've now configured. And once you're ready to create a time entry, we'll navigate to a case. And then you can navigate to the Time Entries tab located on the top of the page. And this will bring up the Time Entries module. And once you're ready to create your time entry, you can navigate to the green time entry button on the top right side of the screen. This will bring up the time entry editor. In Law Ruler, you can create a variety of time entries. For now, we'll focus on creating an hourly time entry. So we'll go ahead and select hourly from this list. Now keep in mind, any time entries that are created without the use of the timer are going to be labeled as ET for estimated time, because these are estimated time entries. Now once you're ready to actually configure the time entry, we can go ahead and select a duration, and this is going to be in hours, so we'll select 2 hours. And you can see we've already configured this user's hourly rate to $2.50 an hour, so it's going to automatically select the total, which is going to calculate at $2.50. And the next thing you'll do is select a category for this time entry, so we can go ahead and say that this is administration, and you have the option to make this billable to the client or not. Once you're ready to create the time entry, just click this green button on the bottom, and that will create the time entry for this client. Law Ruler comes equipped with the flexibility of either using our timer or manually entering in the duration for the time of any time entries with hourly billing. If you'd like to start an hourly time entry using the timer, then we'll just go ahead and click the Start Timer button located next to the Add Time Entry button on the top right side of the screen. And what this will do is we'll begin the timer. So before you can stop the time, you'll have to select a category from this list for the time entry to be created. We'll just go ahead and select activities for this example. Any time entries created by the timer will automatically be saved as actual time, since they are approximated time, not estimated time entries. Also, as a convenience, the user that is currently signed into Law Ruler will be the billed user for the time entry. You always have the option to change the billed user at any time for a time entry by editing that time entry. Now you'll notice that once you start the timer, it will be able to follow you on any different page inside of the portal, so that you can navigate to other pages and still continue to work on this time entry. You also have the option to press pause, and what that will do is pause the timer so that you can always begin recording this time entry at a later time. Please note that a billing category is required in order to complete this time entry, but you can always edit that at a later time. And to do that, we'll navigate back to our case. So first thing we'll do is we'll hit stop, and we'll do a quick refresh, and that will create the time entry in the page. And so now we have the ability to edit this time entry and to change the category or adjust any of the different things that were set up with this time entry. Once you're done with that, just go ahead and click the Save button on the top right side of the page. Law Ruler can be configured to automatically round your time entries up or down. For example, you may automatically round your time entries to the next 6-minute increment. To set rounding time entries, you must be a user with billing access. And to do that, we'll navigate to the Settings page, and we'll go to the Billing Settings right here. And we'll navigate down towards the bottom of the page, and here you can adjust the default rounding increment. By default, it's usually set at 0, but you have the option to change that. And in our example, to round to nearest 6 minutes, we'll select 0.10 because this is 10% of an hour. If you want to round to the nearest 15-minute increment, you can select 0.25 or round to the nearest half an hour by selecting 0.5. Once you've completed configuring your time entries, you want to navigate back to the top of the page and click Save to apply your configuration. Law Ruler even allows for pro bono billing for those that want to give back to the community. Any expenses added as a pro bono billing type expense will be billable if you do not select the No and the Billable to Client selector. This is to allow any exceptions if there happens to be an expense that you must absolutely pass along to your pro bono client. Exporting time entries is simple. When you're inside of the case and in the Time Entries tab, you can decide whether you want to export all of your entries or just some of your entries by type. Once you've applied the correct filters, you can go ahead and select the green Export button, and that will create an Excel export of your time entry report. As always, thank you for choosing Law Ruler. If you have any support questions, we're here to help. You are welcome to contact us via email at support@lawruler.com, and you can also access our online support forum located at support.lawruler.com. If you ever need done-for-you consulting, it is billed hourly and available for you, so please inquire whenever you need our expert team to do something on your behalf.